Aloha! We're back at it again with Morpheus Reviews for Comics. This week we have House of Whispers, Issue 2. Here's the cover. We have Erzuli looking into a mirror here, digging the art. Last issue, we left off with Erzuli and her houseboat crashing into the Dreaming, and one of her relatives was leaking into reality, and got sucked back in. So we're gonna see what's happening with that. So here we go. House of Whispers, number 2. I can't speak French, but here's my attempt. KJI, fam. Uncle Monday. Just put this table over here again. Tastes like puke. Everything tastes like puke. And why am I so cold? Why am I so cold? And why can't I? I can't sense kin, or my millions of believers. Am I dead? Uncle, is this death? The voodoo deity Erzuli and her houseboat have been wrenched from her otherworldly domain and plunged through the rip in the Dreaming to arrive beside Abel's and Cain's houses. Oh, why'd you do that? If pain can still make you dance its tune, you're not dead. I'm not supposed to feel pain either. Now I know why everything tastes like ash. I'm cut off from the worship which actually sustains me. Mere food doesn't. Where's my mirror? And did my nephew Shakpana come through it like I told him to? Doesn't seem so. Più importante. I'll just go through one of my doors to the French Quarter. My waking world, House of the Homie, fan will help me reboot my connection to the pipeline. Merde. Ja, Rin du town. I can't reach them. Lady Azulit, I found your mirror. Oh, bon Dieu, non. Uncle, could you answer that? Abel, Cain, did we fetch up in the Dreaming? Yes, but you can't be here without an invitation from the Lord Dream. You nearly destroyed my house of mystery and Abel's house of secrets. I came through that. Like a baby through birth canal. Gods need permission to visit the Dreaming. She's just barged in. Lord Daniel isn't going to like that. Doesn't look shy he had a choice. Uncle, I realize you're stuck here too. You must be feeling as headblind and hungry as I am.
Not as bad, mistress. Some of the denizens of the bayou came through with us. They revere me well enough. I'm merely peckish, not starved. And if I get too hungry, they'll make tasty snacks. Won't you, brother? I better get back home soon, though. It's date night with the wife tomorrow. And damn, is cuddle time with my gator woman some kinda epic.
If I run her jeep downwind at that angle, that should reduce the jib till we get through the rift. Yep.
Alright. So, House of Whispers 2. We see Cain and Abel going to investigate the houseboat. Uncle Monday and Razuli, are weakened because they're separated from their believers, from their followers. And so they want to go back, and they're going to navigate the houseboat to the rift, and there's a lot of turbulence. Meanwhile, Toya is in the hospital, the girl we saw in the last one, and she was like introduction with the Sandman universe one-off. She is a follower of Razuli, and Shakpana was coming after them because they had his book, one of the books that was missing from the library, where Lucien was trying to find that. So something happens whenever they crash into the rift to try to get back out, and they're shot back into the dreaming. That Uncle Monday gets lost. We don't know what happens to him, if he made it through or if he's in the void between the realms. Then Shakpana comes back and he's like, I think I know what happened. And all while all those things are happening, in the house in New Orleans with the followers of Razuli, they're holding a ritual and ceremony, and the husbands of Razuli are like, dude, where is Razuli? Where's my wife? Where's our wife? So in this one it shows 3 of her husbands, and they do this voodoo ritual, and Altar Boy, the main woman, the host of Razuli, the usual host, senses her for a moment and sees that she's in torture, and the husbands call it. They're like, yeah, she's trapped in this in between worlds, and Shakpana has something to do with this. So back in the world with Toya, she wakes up from the coma and she goes back home and she tells the doctor that she's dead. She's like, why don't you bury me? I'm dead. She's talking and she's like, oh, you're talking nonsense. And they say that it's this illness called Cottard's delusion, and she's back with her girlfriend Maggie. She's trying to give her some soup, make her feel better, and she's like, no, I'm dead. And then she goes and tries to kiss Maggie. Toya goes to kiss Maggie, like, can't you see I'm dead? Do you even feel this? I can't even feel my skin. Can you feel this? And then it shows like the illness is being passed on to her. And then back in the dreaming, you see Maggie's soul, or first Toya's soul is there, and then Erzuli's like, oh, this is bad. Her soul is separated from her body, and Toya's soul is saying, wow, yeah, she's cold. I can't go back to her because I gotta stand guard. And you can't go back into the void. And Erzuli is all weak. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go back. She's like coughing. She can't walk. Abel brought a wheelchair for her. And they're gonna go back into the house. And then Maggie's soul shows up and she's like, whoa, this is bad. And Shakpana's like, alright, I'm gonna tell you guys why I think I caused this. And so they're gonna go back in the house. He's probably gonna tell him a story about how he's trying to get his book back from him when they're playing that game, that telephone game. It's like they said, that telephone game, Shakpana takes advantage of any kind of distortion and confusion. In reality, he takes advantage of the chaos and disorder. So, and that's where we left off. So, next time, detached from her worshippers, Erzuli begins to change, expressing fewer of her love goddess qualities and developing more of her warrior persona, known as Erzuli Dantor. Surely, she isn't looking for a fight. Walk on Gilded Splinters. Next issue. This one is called Powers Divided. Number 2. So that will be next month. Walking on Gilded Splinters. But next week we have the first issue of Lucifer. So subscribe if you want to follow those. Like this video. Comment below if you want to talk about how you feel about this, where you feel the story, how you feel about the story taking place here, and if you're Sandman fans, how you feel about this new Sandman universe with different writers. And come back next time for Morpheus Reviews for Comics. Aloha.